guys, it's the Strange Philosopher. I apologize in advance, I have a little bit of a cold, so you might hear me sneeze or something during this video, but according to my followers on Instagram, everybody kept asking for a Green Witch, like Wicked Witch of the West makeup tutorial for Halloween. I wish I had done it sooner. I've been busy though. So I'm just gonna do kind of like a get ready with me because today's Halloween, so happy Halloween. And I'm having a Halloween party at my house, so I have to wear a costume. And I'm actually already wearing my costume. You just can't tell it because I'm sitting down. It's like black and white striped horizontal. I got like a gothic Lolita skirt on and knee-high socks, and it's great. But I thought I'd do a tutorial for you guys. I tried to use stuff that I could find at Walmart. That way anybody could do it, but I'm also going to be using a couple other things, like, for instance, my Urban Decay Electric palette, because the colors in here are, if you're not familiar, pretty amazing. There's two different greens and a neon yellow. Those are colors that I'm going to be using. I also bought this, oops, almost knocked something else over. I also bought this at Walmart. It's a cream to powder green foundation thing. It was only like $2. So I'm going to use that as my liquid foundation, and then I got, for I think $2 more, a CoverGirl green eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that as the powder foundation. Oops, that's what it looks like. It's kind of more of a gray green, or just more of a dirt green, but they were the closest colors I could find to each other. So okay, so while experimenting with this look last night, I tried to figure out like a way for it not to look so patchy, because I was putting it on my skin and it looked really patchy. So instead of smearing it with the sponge, I'm gonna try just tapping it on my face because it was really patchy, because this is cheap cream to powder makeup. Normally I would use water activated, but I was only able to find water activated in black and white. They did not have green, so I'm trying to make this work. So what you do is you take your little cream foundation thing, it's a big honking thing, take your sponge, you just tap it a little bit and load it up like you would if you were putting on regular foundation. Only instead of smearing it, you're just going to tap it and tap it on your face. So let me grab my mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing. Alrighty. Oh, sorry, I got stuff falling on my desk. So you just tap it on your face like you would regular foundation. And honestly, I would suggest maybe even doing more than one coat. Because like I said, it comes out very patchy. Because it's cheap costume makeup, it's not, you know, the good stuff. Well, it looks less patchy on the camera, but in the mirror it looks really bad. And I'm fresh out of the shower, so I'm applying this makeup to a very super clean face, which, especially with costume makeup, you should always apply to a clean face because the pigments will stick better if your face is clean. And as you can see, I'm just dapping it on. I am not smearing it across my face because it'll come out even more patchy. And like I said, this is just some cream to powder makeup I got from Walmart. I think it was $1.98, so it's very cheap and easy to get. Some of the other things I'll be using in this video are not as cheap or as easy to get. Like, for the lips, I will be using a Jeffree Star's liquid lipstick in Dirty Money because it is the closest color I could find to matching with my foundation. All of my other green lipsticks are too dark. and I wanted a light color so that I could do a witch design on it. Since my costume is almost entirely horizontal stripes, I have a little how-to horizontal stripe lip thing that I'm going to do for you guys. And as you can see, I'm turning green a little bit at a time. It's still, like I said, going on a little patchy because it's cheap, but you kind of get what you pay for, I guess. Unfortunately, I moved to a town where there is nothing but a Walmart, so I was not able to go to like a Spirit Halloween or anything like that and go get some good costume makeup. So I'm just working with what I had in my area. If you also have this problem, and I understand your feelings, like I feel it too. Okay, let's get some more foundation on here. Alright. Okay. Now, notice I am avoiding my eyes. I'm doing that on purpose because I plan on painting my eyes a different color. Once again, this is not real foundation. It's cream to powder green stuff, so you don't want to put it on your eyes because you don't know what it's going to do to your eyes. Okay. So my face is relatively green now, but you can see it's still patchy, so you might have to spend some time touching up some spots that you don't like, or doing what I'm doing and spreading the green down your neck so you look more like a Wicked Witch and less like someone who just painted their face green. Let's see here. That looks a lot better. You can do your ears if you'd like, but you don't have to. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do my ears, but you can. Okay, so as you can see, I'm green on every inch, but it's still very, very patchy, so I'm just going to go in and touch up a few spots that I really am just not pleased with. And then when I go over it in the powder should help clear up some more of that patchiness as well. That's like the biggest reason of me buying a powder, is because I knew this cheap stuff was going to be very patchy and not very good. For those of you who live in my area and were actually invited to the Halloween party, there's going to be a costume contest. I don't know if I'm going to play in it. I don't think that's probably fair if I live there and then also am in charge of giving out prizes, but I also nominate myself. I don't know. I don't think that'd be fair. But for those of you who are trying really hard, getting the eyebrows, to impress at a Halloween party, or if you're just at a costume party, like, it doesn't even have to be Halloween for you to wear a costume anymore. I have an itch. Yeah, just wipe the makeup off there. Okay. So it's a little less patchy, but as you can see, I have some problem areas still. So I'm just going to keep touching up that, get my eyebrows done, get up into my hairline a little bit more. Don't be afraid to get it into your hairline because it will wash out. I played with it last night, so it'll wash out. You'll be fine. It actually comes off rather easily with a makeup remover wipe or coconut oil, if you're a coconut oil fan, which I am. Okay, so it's still really patchy. You can't tell as much in the video as you can with a mirror, but I think that's as good as I'm going to get it for right now. So I'm going to put the cream stuff away. I'm done with that. As you can see, I did my neck as well, so it's a little less green. If I wasn't wearing black and white stripes for my whole outfit, I would bring it all the way down to cover all of my skin areas that are being shown. But I can't do that because of what I just said. So you can take your same sponge if you really want to, and just flip it over to the other side. And load up your green powder, which is usually going to be an eyeshadow, I would assume. Just load it up and use it like you would a powder foundation. So just tap it once more. We're with the tapping it on. And this should hold the green foundation liquid to your face and help it set, just like with regular makeup. And also help with a lot of the patchiness. It should help even it out. Now, if you still experience problems with it not evening out, that really sucks. But like I said, you just gotta use a good eyeshadow to kind of cover up the fact that you used a bad cream. As you can see, that's evening it out and adding a little bit of a metallic sheen, just to give me a little bit more color. Sorry, I'm blocking the film there. That's better. And you're just gonna do this all over your entire face. And as you can see, I'm starting to look more even versus up here, which is still very patchy. And you're just gonna keep applying it until it's all over your face. Now, because this creamy stuff is still very, very sticky to the touch, you have to pat with the powder, and you're gonna go through a lot of powder. It's not like cream foundation where you just smear it all over your face and you're done. It's gonna take a while because it's a little section at a time, a little section at a time, a little section at a time. I wouldn't be surprised if I used the whole eyeshadow compact, because I'm trying to fix that very patchy, nasty looking makeup that I have going on today. Now, as you can see, doing one side versus the other, this side is more clean. The lines are more clean. There's a bit of a darker color to sheen. This is still very patchy, because this is the side I haven't done yet. I did that on purpose so you could kind of see the difference between no powder, powder. You get more of a color definition if you add the powder. There's more than one color going on, which is a little bit more true to skin tone. Skin tone is not usually one flat color. As an artist, or if I know that as an artist from drawing people, but if you're not an artist, you won't understand what I'm saying. But if you are an artist, you understand what I'm saying, because there's pinks, there's blues, there are oranges, there are different colors in your skin tone. So I on purpose picked two greens that were close but not exactly the same, because I wanted the color definition in my skin. It makes it look a little bit more realistic and a little bit more like Wicked from the classical musical Wicked, if you're not familiar with what that is. And like I said, this is gonna take a while. So that's officially one half of my face done. Now we're gonna do the other half, starting with the nose. And this is just going to flatten out my face to give me a blank canvas of green so that I can do my contouring. Now, just like when you contour with your normal face, you're going to want to keep in mind your personal face edges. Like, where does your chin meet? Where is your Cupid's brow, which is that little piece in your mouth that goes up? That sort of thing. I like to do a combination of strobing and contour, because as an artist, that's how we draw people. We had highlights and lowlights and shadow. We focus on all that stuff. So in my makeup, I tend to do that as well. So you will see me highlight certain places on my face as well as contour other parts of my face. my forehead, and I should be done with the powder, I think. Now, for this tutorial, because it was pretty much a one-time thing because it's holiday, I didn't want to get my green all over my makeup brushes because I don't have very many. So what I'm going to do instead is use either my finger or, once again, this makeup sponge to do my contouring with my other makeup. I think I just wiped a little bit of that makeup off my eyebrow. Hold on, let me fix that. And that is why you dab and don't smear, because you're going to mess it up. Do what I just did. Okay. Now, as you can see, my face is all one flat green color now. Thank you to CoverGirl's Kaboom Kelly Green. I don't know where the eyebrow thing went with that. Okay, so as you can see, I left my eyes blank. I did that on purpose because I plan on actually coloring my eyes. But for starters, before I do any of that, I want to finish the face. So I'm going to focus on the contouring now. This is where the Urban Decay Electric palette comes in. For those of you who have this palette, I'm going to name off the colors by the name so that you know what I'm using. For those of you who don't, you can look up pictures of this palette and try to see if you have eyeshadows similar to these colors at home. That might be kind of hard to do. Okay, for starters, I'm going to start with the actual contouring, the shadow, before I work on the highlights, just because I find that's a little bit easier. So I'm going to take the back side of my sponge here and get a little fringe, which is a dark blue-green color. And I'm going to just follow from my ear to the corner of my mouth, because that is where my natural Native American line is. And then I'm going to get a little more fringe and do the other side. Now, just because you're doing Halloween makeup doesn't mean you can't go to the full nines to do contouring and just make your costume that much better. As you can see, it's kind of blue, but that helps with the dark. I am actually going to use the brush that comes with the Urban Decay palette to do some smaller things like highlighting. So for instance, I'm going to take Thrash, which is the neon yellow color, and I'm going to load my brush up, and I'm going to use that for contouring my face, because when I used Freak last night, it was basically the same color as my face and it didn't show up. So we're going to do the bridge of our nose, our Cupid's brow, above our eyebrows. Once again, tapping. Do not smear. It's just going to load your brush full of icky goop, and you're not going to be a happy camper. Okay. And then I'm also going to take the little sponge once more and get some more Thrash for my upper cheekbones. And then we're going to use the sponge to smooth out so that it's not quite as yellow. So that you still have your highlight, but it's not quite as yellow. I take a little Freak, which is the neon green, and go over it just a little because it still looks really yellow. Okay, and some more Thrash for the other cheek. And just apply it almost like a blush, but slightly above where you would put your blush. So I'm putting it right here under my eye up to the corner of my face, whereas I would put my blush here and my contour here. But since we are green, we're not going to be applying any blush because that would just look bizarre. Okay. Now, the problem with this padding thing is the blending. As you can see, I have dark blue streaks down the side of my face. And I don't plan on leaving that there. That would just look ridiculous, am I right? So I'm going to finish contouring, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to get rid of that, because it's a cream finish and I don't want to ruin my brushes, and I'm sure you people don't want to ruin yours either. So what I'm going to do next is to finish contouring. And for those of you who don't know how to contour, I'm going to take Fringe, which is the blue-green again, and I'm going to shape my nose. So I'm going to go under the corners of my nose. And underneath. I'm going to go underneath my bottom lip. And I'm just going to bring it up the corner of my nose, just to help shape it. I'm going to be very light with the color because I don't want strong color. And also I haven't done my eye makeup yet. This just helps give the nose a little extra shape. It makes your face not look so flat green. Okay, so now that we're done with that, I'm going to clean my brush later. Now that we're done with that, we're going to have to focus on smearing this green out because it looks too blue right now. And of course you could just dap over it with a little Freak, but I think, or a little of the Kelly Girl green, but I think honestly the best way to go is just blend with your finger and try to smear that in. Maybe rub a little Freak on your finger before you rub it in. And as you can see now I have contour and it's not as patchy and not as crazy. So yeah, definitely use Freak, I guess. That helps. Because of this creamy, sticky makeup, if you touch it with just a dry finger, it smears. So put a little Freak on your finger first and then blend it all out. So you got a little patchy right there. It's because I didn't use Freak. Okay. So that's it for the face and the contouring. Next I'm going to do the actual eye makeup. So right here I have the Bombshell Cosmetics Eye Base in Color Submissive. So we're just going to find a clean finger. And I'm going to use this as my eye base or eye primer. I also am a big fan of Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer, but that's a little bit more pricey, so I don't always buy that. So take some eye base, put it on your finger, or clean finger, and just apply it to the lid of your eye. Especially if you're like me and you have oily eyes, you have to use a primer or an eye base, or your eyeshadow will get stuck in your crease and wrinkles of your eyes as you open and close them, and it will look really gross within about not even an hour. Also put a little eye base under your eye, because as you can see I've not really put much makeup under my eye yet, and I have to when I'm done making my eyeshadow. Now Submissive is just a metallic nude, so you can go over it in any color, even in regular makeup. And it should stick. It should help your makeup stick. Now, I'm going to once again use my Urban Decay palette. Clean up my brush a little. And this time I'm going to use Freak for my main lid, because it's a beautiful lime green color. And as you can see with the eyeshadow base, the color is really opaque and it sticks really well. Now, I'm also going to use Freak to get around my eye because I didn't want to use that costume makeup around my eye because I didn't know if it was safe for eyes. Now, I'm also going to take it all the way up to my eyebrow because I'm green. I'm a green witch. So now you can see Freak has covered my entire eyelid and around and under my eye. I'm now green. So just repeat the process on the other side. Load up your brush with lots of Freak. You want to get freaky, trust me. This is one of those few times you want to get freaky. It's Halloween, you're allowed to. And just load up your brush, cover your eyelid in the green, and do under your eye. And voila, you are now green. Now, you can leave it like that if you want to, if you're not a big makeup fan or you don't know how to do makeup, but I do know how to do makeup, so I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to take some Thrash, and I'm going to highlight underneath my brow, like you would with a white eyeshadow. And clean out my brush a little bit, and then I'm going to take some fringe. Wait, is that what it's called? Yeah, fringe. And do my crease, just to help give my eyes some definition, because once again, we do not want like plain flat Jane green, because what would be the point? Where's the fun in that? You want to stand out a little. You want to have the best costume at the Halloween party. Hands down. As you can see, I'm only adding a little bit of fringe at a time because I don't want the dark green blue to overpower the green. So I'm being very careful of that. And always blend it not only into your crease but onto your eyelid so that you have a beautiful blended look and your eyes don't look messy. You don't want messy looking eyes. Trust me, you just don't. I like to taper mine out to a point so I know where to put my eyeliner. You do not have to do this. And voila, I am green. Now once again, that Thrash yellow is poking out of my face, so I'm going to take a little Freak and I'm going to blend it out again. And voila. My eyebrows are noticeable, but not ridiculously noticeable. And that is how I did my eyes. And that I also noticed that my eyebrows are hardly noticeable in the green. So last night I decided to take a little fringe and just do my eyebrows as if I would for my regular makeup. Just to make them a little bit darker and a little bit more noticeable. See, now you can see my other eyebrow a little bit better. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera again. I have a bad habit of doing that. And voila, I have big goofy eyebrows. Now, I noticed that once again, fringe. Very dark, very blue. It doesn't look blue in the palette, but when you use it, it comes out blue. So I'm going to take a little bit of Freak, just dab, just to break it up a little bit. Because I still want my eyebrows to be noticeable, but I don't want them to be goofy, weird, drawn-on eyebrows that look funny. Because these are still my eyebrows. And that should look a little bit better. And that is how you do the eyes and the face. Now you could stop there if you want, but I like doing things fully. And I'm sorry about this video being so long. So I'm going to do my eyeliner, my mascara, and then I'm going to do my lip tutorial for you. Now, for my eyes, I'm using Stila's Stale Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in the color Black because I actually swatched it against Kat Von D's black, and this is blacker. And you want really black makeup to contrast with that green that you're wearing, because that's really green. And there we go, there's my eyeliner. And as you can see, my makeup look is now starting to look a bit more finished because I actually took the time to do eyeliner and mascara. So I'm going to actually use Urban Decay's Submissive Lash Primer if you're not familiar with what that is, you put it on before your mascara and it makes your lashes bigger and fuller so that you don't have to wear fake ones. As you can see, it goes on clear. It doesn't go on like regular mascara. I'm also going to get my under lashes. Just because if you prime your lashes first, the mascara goes on quicker and easier and just glides on. And also it makes your lashes twice as big. I never tried mascara primer before until I got it once as a free sample in an Ipsy bag. Now I use it for everything. So while that's drying, I'm actually going to do the lip tutorial for you. And like I said, I'm actually going to be using Jeffree Star's Liquid Valor lipstick in the color Dirty Money, which is a limited edition shade, but you can still purchase for a little while. I don't know when it's going to be gone. It's got a very nice doe foot applicator, and it's a nice gray green. So it's going to be a little bit grayer than the green on my face, but that's actually going to look nice because I have so much bright, vibrant green going on. The muted tone will even my face out. As you can see, it goes on very nice and smooth, and it's a very comfortable feeling lipstick. Be careful of your Cupid's brow. And as you can see, that helps complete the look by wearing the green lipstick. I don't look as funky with the pink lips anymore. It's a nice added touch. You could also do black lipstick, a dark green, or even a blue. If you really play with the fringe and make fringe pop on your face, it could look nice. But for what I'm going to do, I needed a solid, dry liquid lipstick that I could play with once it dried. So while that's drying, I'm actually going to apply my mascara. I use two different mascaras, one for my upper lashes and one for my lower, just because I find the different products better for the top and the bottom. For the top, I'm using Urban Decay's Perversion. Bigger, blacker, badder. That's how they like market it, I guess. I like it because it's black and it goes on really easy. So just do your mascara like you would anyway, like any other day. Except I would suggest using a black, not a brown black. Because with all the green on your face, that brown black, excuse me, kids aren't gonna, the brown black would just blend in and you wouldn't see anything. And do the same for the other side. Now, when applying mascara, always wiggle it back and forth because that breaks up your lashes so they don't stick together and make those thick, goopy lashes that nobody likes. Oh, I warned you beforehand that I was probably going to sneeze and cough at some point. I have a cold. Hopefully the cold doesn't affect the party tonight, I hope. Anyway, that's the top lashes. I just gotta do the bottom and then I'll finish showing you what to do with your lips. You can just leave it green if you want, but I have a fantastical idea to match all of the stripes that I'm wearing. actually got a couple messages from people going, why do you stick your tongue out when you do like your mascara or contouring? And I was like, I don't know, I just do. By pulling my cheeks down and opening my mouth, my skin stays away from my mascara dyes, so I don't get it on my skin as much. They were just all like, oh my gosh, you're so doing such a weird thing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I guess. Just, if you don't like it, don't watch my videos. Okay, so we got mascara on both sides. On both eyes. We did contouring. We've got the green face. And now for the fun part, the lip tutorial. Now, you can do this one of two ways, and I've tried both, and they both work really well. You can either use a felt tip eyeliner, like my Stila, or you can use another liquid lipstick to go on top. I'm using Kat Von D's Witches to go on top of Jeffree Star's Dirty Money. So what you're gonna do, and this is pretty tricky, and I excuse me in advance if I mess up, I've only done this twice, but you open up the tube, get it all nice and wet on the doe foot applicator, because that's what we're gonna use. Take your brush and load it up with black. And now we're going to outline the mouth. Now you're just going to outline your mouth like you would if you were wearing a lip pencil to help with your lipstick stay on, except you're using another liquid lipstick on top of the liquid lipstick that you were already using. The hard part is your Cupid's bow. So excuse me in advance if the mirror's in the way while I do it. I have to be able to see and I'm blind. I'll try to keep it out. As you can see, I messed up. I went a little thick, but that is okay because we can go over it with Jeffree Star's Dirty Money because his lipstick is so pigmented, it'll cover up any flaws. His makeup is fabulous, let me just tell you. Okay, now, I'm going to wait for that to dry. I've outlined my lips in Witches, which is pitch black color. And while it dries, I'm going to touch up with the Dirty Money and let that dry so that I can go over it and make some lines. Because you guessed it, I'm a Wicked Witch. I need some stripes to go with my stripes. As you can see, touched it up no problem. I have clean, crisp black lines all the way around my mouth. And once again, you could leave it like this. I mean, this looks nice too, just defining the fact that your lips are not part of your face because it is all green. So that's nice as well, but I like these stripes. So I'm going to start making some stripes. Now this is the easier part, I'd say, versus the lining of the mouth. That took me a couple tries to get down. So maybe before you do this makeup, just practice. Because even with a lipstick brush, it's kind of hard. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to make a line vertical from your nose all the way down to your chin. And the best way to do that is to follow the natural line from your Cupid's bow down to your bottom lip. But I like to do one lip at a time, so I'm going to do the bottom lip while the top lip dries, and then I'm going to go over and do the top lip. So let me just show you in advance. Just paint a straight line. And once again, you can keep it even like this with just the one line in the middle. It's very Drac Makins. She's also on YouTube. If you haven't seen her stuff, check her out. She's probably better at makeup than I am. But this is different. This is Halloween makeup. And just make sure you have tons and tons of black lipstick on your brush because this stuff dries quickly. as you can see, I'm over halfway done already. Just gonna get some more liquid lipstick on my doe foot applicator. And load up my brush again. Now, you could stick your brush right in the tube, but I found that that gets the color all the way up the stick, and then you're more likely to make mistakes. So that's why I use the doe foot applicator. If you think that's weird, that's just how I did it. You don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. Now, the reason I'm using liquid lipsticks, not regular lipstick or eyeliner, is because I plan on eating and drinking at this party, and liquid lipstick, especially Jeffree Stars and Kat Von D's, tend to stay on your mouth for hours and hours and hours at a time. If I were to use eyeliner, it may not be edible safe, and if I were to use regular lipstick, all of the hours of the work I put in to my face, because it's 41 minutes already, it would just be smeared all over my face in like 10 minutes, and what a waste of my time, right? So you want something that's gonna last at this party. I know I do. And there you go, the bottom lip is finished. And as you can see, it really wasn't that hard. The hardest part was probably outlining the mouth. I do plan on doing the top lip though, so I don't think I'm done. But yeah, so just, what did I do, 5 stripes? Real easy to do. Just follow the natural curve of your mouth. Because I'm not doing it a straight line, I'm doing it a curve. Because your mouth is curved. If you did a straight line, it would look a little funny and a little off. Once again, just lining it up with my Cupid's bow, straight down. So they'll meet in the middle perfectly. See? Not that hard. And I'm still looking fabulous. I just need some more liquid lipstick here. You might have to put more than one coat on, even though it looks really black in the video. It looks really not pigmented enough in real life. I might go over it again, but this is how you do it. Only one line left, and I'm good to go to a party. And voila. I have the Wicked Witch striped lip to go with my makeup. Now, it looks pretty great. I know. I'm fairly talented. I'm just kidding. But that's how you do it, the striped lip tutorial. Everybody was driving me crazy asking me how to do that. It's really not that hard. You just have to have patience is what it is. And you have to have liquid lipstick. Because if you use anything else, I can guarantee you it's just not going to work the same. It's not going to work the way you want. It's not going to look the way you want. And I apologize for all of that in advance. Well, this has been the Strange Philosopher. I can never even say my own name right. And that is how my Wicked Witch makeup is going to look for tonight. So, if you're coming to my party, I'll have fun seeing you there. And if you're not, and just a fellow viewer, happy Halloween and have a good day.